Listen, we've all dreamed of that perfect survival game where your base actually matters, right? Where it's not just a crafting hub you plop down and forget about. Lost Rift gets it. This first-person survival shooter drops you on a mysterious archipelago where you'll build a modular base camp on your own personal PvE island using a tile-based building system with 5x5, 3x3, and 1x1 prefab pieces. We're talking walls, floors, roofs, triangle pieces, angled sections, pillars, beams, the works. You can build practically anywhere on your island and create a unique stronghold that fits your style. But here's what makes it special. Your safe home base becomes the launching point for intense PPVVE extraction expeditions to other unstable islands. You're not just building for the aesthetic, though you totally can. You're creating a functional survival hub housing all your crafting benches, weapon stations, armor workbenches, furnaces, and more. Every expedition you survive means better loot to upgrade your gear and expand your base. The dynamic weather system keeps you on your toes too. Hurricanes, lightning strikes, and fire can threaten your camp, while fog and heavy rain affect exploration and river crossings. It's that constant tension between building your dream base and actually defending it from the world itself. From the veterans behind Bulletstorm and Painkiller, Lost Rift offers 100+ quests and approximately 20 to 30 hours of story content, playable solo or with up to 5 friends. It's early access, but the foundation is solid, and for us base builders who also love a good extraction shooter adrenaline rush, this mashup hits different. From modern survivors to legendary pirates, if Lost Rift scratched that archipelago exploration itch, Crosswind takes you back to the age of piracy where the seas are yours to conquer, and every island is a potential homestead. This survival adventure combines the classic buildcraft survive formula with naval combat, boarding actions, and seamless ship-to-land gameplay. You start as a betrayed courier stranded in a mysterious world, but what begins as a survival story evolves into something epic involving ancient evils and supernatural forces. Here's where it shines for us builders. The building system welcomes newcomers with one-click blueprints and large modular pieces, but also offers veterans precision rotation, axis nudging, and preview mode for detailed construction. Players have already built entire Spanish and British-inspired mansions using the in-game systems, from humble shacks to grand estates. Turn your shelter into a fully operational outpost, recruit crew members to speed up harvesting and production, and watch your settlement grow into a living, breathing pirate haven. Your personal island is yours to cultivate indefinitely. A private space for solo play or co-op with friends, with planned features including wandering merchants, quest givers, and potential shipmates who arrive at your harbor. But it's not just about building. Unlike typical survival games, Crosswind features a Souls-like inspired combat system with precise timing, smart dodging, and carefully placed attacks, complemented by gunpowder weapons like pistols and muskets. Face challenging bosses, master a vast arsenal of melee weapons and firearms, and put your loadouts to the test. The alpha offers 30 to 40 hours of gameplay across 3 unique biomes, multiple ships, ground and naval combat, and an early prototype of Tortuga social hub. Whether you sail solo or with up to 3 friends in co-op, Crosswind promises that pirate fantasy we've been craving. And for those wondering, players are already calling it the skull and bones we actually wanted. From the high seas to the deep blue, while Crosswind had us conquering the waves as pirates, Anchor takes us beneath them in what might be the most ambitious underwater survival game yet. Picture this: a nuclear holocaust has wiped out the surface world, and humanity's only refuge is the ocean depths. You're part of a genetically engineered race designed to survive underwater, and now you've got to build a new life on the seafloor. This is Subnautica meets Rust in the best possible way. Anchor supports massive 100 250-player servers on a 16-square-kilometer open-world map that's absolutely enormous. The game features diverse underwater biomes, rocky areas, coral reefs, Arctic zones, each packed with resources, dangers, and opportunities. And here's the kicker, these servers are persistent and always on. Your base continues to exist and evolve even when you're offline, which means you're vulnerable to raids and environmental threats 24/7. No pressure, right? The base building is where things get really interesting. You'll construct, expand, and fortify underwater structures that serve as more than just shelter. They're your home, your fortress, and your lifeline. The crafting system is incredibly rich, letting you process ores, metals, shells, and more to create everything from primitive tools to advanced weaponry. We're talking hydro cannons, hydro precision rifles, obsidian knives, and crossbows. You'll build crafting stations, set up defenses, and create a self-sustaining underwater outpost. But what really sets Anchor apart is its dynamic ecosystem. The ocean is alive with predators and prey, and the game features an intelligent shark system where these apex hunters behave realistically. They're attracted to blood, hunt dynamically, and don't just mindlessly attack. If you're injured after a skirmish and bleeding out, lingering too long could turn you into a late-night snack. The tension is real. Combat happens both against the environment and other players. You'll engage in large-scale underwater battles, raid enemy bases to steal resources, and defend your own territory. Whether you're wielding melee weapons, spear guns, or firearms, every fight matters because death means losing your gear to whoever finds your corpse first. For those who prefer a more peaceful experience, there's a solo or co-op sandbox mode where you can explore and build without PvP, facing only From the ocean depths to the wasteland rails, if Anchor had you building underwater sanctuaries, Steel Ark takes survival in a completely different direction. Your entire base is a moving train. Set in a fractured world after a devastating technogenic collapse, you discover an abandoned train and transform it into your mobile fortress. This isn't just a vehicle, it's your base, your transport, your storage, and your safe zone all rolled into one industrial beast rumbling across the post-apocalyptic landscape. The train customization is where the magic happens. You can add carriages for labs, storage, or protection, and paint, decorate, and customize every aspect to survive in different environments. Heading into a radioactive zone, install radiation shields. Need to traverse toxic wastelands? Slap on some air filters. Each biome presents unique challenges, and your train needs to be ready for whatever the wasteland throws at you. But here's what sets Steel Ark apart. You're not just maintaining a mobile base. You're building an entire industrial empire on rails. Construct outposts and factories in strategic locations, then use a top-down planning mode from inside your train to lay out buildings, manage logistics, set train routes, and organize your entire base network. As your production scales up and becomes more complex, this bird's-eye view keeps everything under control. It's like Factorio met the forest, had a baby, and that baby became a train conductor. You'll also build and restore railway infrastructure, constructing new networks from scratch to claim uncharted territory, repairing abandoned tracks, reviving dead stations, drilling tunnels through mountains, and bridging gaps to connect your growing empire. The entire wasteland becomes your canvas. Combat and survival are brutal. You'll face wild creatures, bandits, and deadly weather events. Craft weapons, armor, and gadgets. Then build turrets and defenses to protect both your train and your outposts. As you progress, you'll unlock automation systems to handle large production chains, letting you focus on exploration and expansion rather than manually crafting every single component. The game supports up to 4 players in co-op, where you can split roles, explore together, and defend your train as a team. There are even WoW-style dungeons, short, intense 2 to 4 player raids with unique rewards that add structured challenges beyond the freeform survival gameplay. And for solo players, don't worry, you miss nothing story critical. Modding support is planned, so you'll be able to customize weapons, trains, buildings, and outfits, plus add entirely new content to personalize your experience. Steel Ark is shaping up to be that perfect blend of survival, automation, and base building, except your base has an engine and moves at 60 miles per hour. From trains rolling across wastelands to castles soaring through clouds. If Steel Arc had you building mobile bases on rails, Guardians of the Wild Sky takes that concept skyward with a magical twist that'll make your builder heart soar. This is the survival crafting game you didn't know you needed. Imagine a vast world of floating islands spanning hundreds of kilometers through the clouds, where you can build everything from cozy cottages to elaborate flying castles. Yes, you read that right. Castles that actually fly from island to island. It's coming from Blue Isle Studios, the folks behind Slender, The Arrival, and Valley, and they've clearly been cooking up something special. The building possibilities are genuinely endless. You're not limited to static structures on the ground. You can design your dream home in the skies, and then build mighty airships to command those very skies. The crafting system is deep, with hundreds of tools, weapons, and magical items to create. You can farm, fish, even in the clouds, cook, and set up entire production systems while floating thousands of feet above the world. But here's where it gets really interesting. Your airships aren't just transportation, they're mobile bases you customize and upgrade. You manage sails to control speed and maintain lift, or your ship will sink. And when the wind isn't cooperating, you can enter paddle mode to move in any direction at reduced speed. Later in the game, you can equip engines fueled by special Guardian types or manual fuel management. The strategic depth is real. Speaking of Guardians, these magical creatures are the heart of the experience. Think Palworld meets Sky Exploration, but with way more personality and depth. Each Guardian has unique abilities, traits, and actual personalities you discover by observing them. You'll capture, tame, and bond with these elemental beings, feeding, grooming, and caring for them until they become loyal companions. They fight alongside you, lend their work skills to your base or airship crew, and there's even a deep breeding system where you can combine traits and genetics to create powerful new Guardians tailored to your playstyle. The world is absolutely massive. Thousands of floating sky islands across diverse biomes, each teeming with wildlife ranging from deadly titans to the smallest butterflies. You'll explore ancient ruins, uncover hidden secrets, and brave shadowy caves and dungeons filled with dangerous cultist factions. Challenge massive titan and eternal beasts in ancient battle dromes for valuable loot, or just explore at your own pace in this dynamic world with day-night cycles, evolving weather patterns, and shifting climates. Play solo offline to learn the ropes and build your sky empire at your own pace, or jump into online co-op with up to 5 players, though you can. Customize servers for even more. Whether you're a builder or a fighter, there's room for every playstyle in the clouds. With over 100,000 wishlists already and closed playtesting underway, Guardians of the Wild Sky is shaping up to be one of the most ambitious survival crafting adventures of 2025. The question isn't whether you'll build a flying castle, it's how epic that castle is going to be. From magical floating islands to an infinite digital canvas, if Guardians of the Wild Sky had you building castles in the clouds, DreamWorld takes the concept of limitless building to an entirely new dimension with one truly wild feature: AI-powered text to 3D object creation. This is a groundbreaking sandbox MMO where all players exist together on a single infinite server, not separate instances, not different shards, everyone building, exploring, and creating in one massive shared world. Think about that for a second. Thousands of players crafting their legacies in the same persistent universe. The building system is incredibly powerful and intuitive. You can copy and paste building pieces anywhere, create structures from any resource you collect, and the tools give you serious creative freedom. But here's where DreamWorld gets absolutely wild: the Dream Forge. You can literally type a text prompt and generate custom 3D models in-game. Want a specific decoration, a unique furniture piece, or something completely original that doesn't exist in the game? Just describe it and the AI brings it to life. It's like having a 3D modeling studio built directly into your survival game. The world itself is procedurally generated and infinite. You can explore for as long as you want and you'll always find something new. Diverse biomes are scattered throughout, each with unique resources, rare materials, and hidden secrets waiting to be discovered. You'll glide, climb, swim, ride, fly, or run through an ever-expanding landscape where the horizons literally never end. Combat and progression are deeply integrated. You'll face epic world bosses that require coordination and strategy to take down, using an array array of weapons and spells, farm resources, craft legendary gear, and tackle these massive encounters solo or with friends. The sense of scale when you're battling a titan alongside other players from around the globe is something else. Because everyone plays on one server, the social aspect is massive. You can easily team up with friends, join random players for boss fights, or simply stumble upon someone's incredible creation while exploring. The community aspect feels genuinely organic. You're not just playing alongside people, you're actively shaping a shared world together. DreamWorld is currently in alpha, which means it's rough around the edges, but the potential is enormous. The developers are actively updating and improving the game based on community feedback. They've described it as for builders by builders, and that philosophy shows in every system they're designing. If you've ever wanted to be part of a truly infinite sandbox where your creativity is only limited by your imagination, and where an AI assistant helps you build literally anything you can think of, DreamWorld might just be the most ambitious base building MMO on the horizon. From infinite digital worlds to a single massive planet, if DreamWorld had you building on a boundless server, Light No Fire takes a different approach. One Earth-sized fantasy world where every player shares the same procedurally generated planet. And yes, this is from the creators of No Man's Sky. Think about that scale for a second, not multiple servers, not instanced zones. One single planet the size of Earth, filled with diverse biomes, mountains, oceans, continents, and countless secrets. Hello Games is billing this as the first real open world and a scale never attempted before. Every mountain can be climbed, every ocean can be crossed, and somewhere out there are vistas and continents that perhaps no one else has seen yet. The building system lets you construct persistent buildings and communities that remain in the world even when you're offline. You can collaborate with players from across the globe to create thriving settlements, or strike out alone to discover uncharted territories and establish your own homesteads. The structures you build are permanent fixtures in this shared fantasy world, meaning you're genuinely leaving your mark on a planet that everyone explores together. And about that fantasy setting, this isn't sci-fi like No Man's Sky. We're talking ancient Earth vibes with thick lore, mystery, and classic fantasy charm. The trailer shows dragons you can ride, wild beasts you can tame and mount, bipedal rabbits in jackets, yes, really, and giant birds soaring over incredible landscapes. It's got that Valheim energy, but cranked up to planetary scale. Transportation and exploration are huge. You'll build customizable boats with crews to traverse real oceans. Hello Games confirmed they're using the same shipbuilding technology from No Man's Sky's latest update for Light No Fire's naval system. Set sail across vast seas and rivers, ride wild creatures through fantastical landscapes, fly dragons over undiscovered territories, or simply hike through diverse biomes, collecting rare resources and crafting legendary gear. The world is massively varied and dense, procedurally generated to ensure that exploring feels fresh and rewarding. You'll encounter unique enemies, valuable resources, and immersive biomes ranging from towering mountains to deep ocean trenches. And because it's all on one shared planet with other players, there's genuine excitement in wondering who will climb the tallest mountains, who will find the deepest sea. Hello Games has learned from No Man's Sky's journey. They've been working on Light No Fire for over 5 years already, and this time they're keeping the marketing cycle short to avoid the pre-release pitfalls of their previous title. They're aiming to deliver something special right out of the gate, bringing RPG depth to survival sandbox freedom. Whether you play solo offline to explore at your own pace, or team up with friends for cooperative adventures, Light No Fire is shaping up to be one of the most ambitious base building experiences on the horizon. It's not about being the hero, it's about carving out your life on an ancient Earth where survival is a constant fight and every discovery feels genuinely earned.
Just hang in there a little bit longer.
You will pay.
Just die. Alright, let the chop chop begin.
Chop, chop, chop. Easy.
Oops.
Watch out, watch out. So easy.
Dude, stop acting so crazy.
You shouldn't have come here.
I swear, this all ends with me, right here, right now.
From from epic fantasy worlds to twisted corporate nightmares. If Light No Fire had you conquering a planet-sized Earth, Unhinged traps you on a retro-futuristic island where the real threat isn't hunger or thirst, it's your own mind. This isn't your typical survival game. Unhinged bills itself as a sanity-first survival craft simulator, and that's not marketing fluff. It's the core mechanic. You're trapped in a bizarre corporate experiment, stuck on an island controlled by a high-tech corporate giant, and you need to survive mind-bending trials while maintaining your grip on reality. The tagline says it all. Hunger won't kill you, but losing your mind will. The sanity system is genuinely complex, one of the most intricate ever seen in survival games. You're managing brain chemical imbalances, not just food bars. Push yourself too hard, ignore your mental health, or expose yourself to the wrong stimuli, and you risk becoming, well, unhinged. It's survival horror meets psychological thriller, wrapped in a crafting simulator. But the building system is where creativity meets insanity. You'll construct modular machines, vehicles, and contraptions from blocks. Think of it as physics-based engineering where your creativity literally determines your survival. Need to traverse dangerous terrain? Build a custom vehicle. Want to automate resource gathering? Design a machine that does it for you. The game gives you the tools, your imagination and sanity do the rest. Base building and automation are deeply integrated. You can set up bases connected with pipes and conveyors to automate tasks, freeing you to focus on exploration and staying mentally stable. Harvest electricity, expand your footprint across the island, and create increasingly sophisticated systems as you unlock new technologies. The crafting is systemic and experimental. You can freely experiment with ingredients to cook food, brew tea, and synthesize drugs. Every craft teaches you something new, and the results range from lethal failures to superhuman breakthroughs. It's a chemistry set meets survival game, where knowledge is power and mistakes can be catastrophic or hilariously useful. Scattered across the island are corporate trials, bizarre games designed to test your resourcefulness. These aren't optional side quests, they're obstacles you must overcome using every tool, machine, and contraption you've built. It's part cube, part saw, but with more engineering and less dismemberment. You'll explore dangerous biomes, scavenge for resources, maintain a balanced diet, confront unsettling entities, and fight to keep your sanity intact. The retro-futuristic aesthetic gives everything a weird, off-kilter vibe, like if Aperture Science from Portal ran a deadly reality show on a remote island. The game is entering early access, which means the developers plan to actively engage with the community through playtests and feedback. They're building this brutal experience alongside players, evolving it based on what drives people mad in the best way. If you've ever wanted a survival game that challenges your mind as much as your resource management skills, where building a working contraption feels like a genuine breakthrough, and where maintaining mental health is as crucial as finding food, Unhinged is the corporate death game you didn't know you needed. From corporate sanity tests to medieval fantasy realms, if Unhinged had you building machines to survive psychological torture, Dungeons & Kingdoms offers something completely different. A genre mashup that takes kingdom building and smashes it together with Souls-like dungeon delving. This is the first game from Canadian solo developer Lincoln McCulloch, and it's ambitious as hell. You're leading a ragtag group of refugees fleeing an unlivable homeland, making landfall in a new fantasy world where you need to build everything from scratch. But here's the twist. This isn't just about managing a settlement. You'll also be diving into dangerous dungeons in third-person action RPG combat to unlock the resources and technology your kingdom needs to advance. The building system is incredibly robust with over 500 modular pieces to work with. You can construct everything yourself, piece by piece, or lay down blueprints and give orders to your loyal colonists who'll do the heavy lifting. Design homes, craft tools, build farms, shelters, forges, mines, marketplaces, towers, temples, and entire infrastructure networks. Every building you create can be saved as a blueprint and shared via Steam Workshop so the community can trade designs and inspire each other. But what really sets this apart is the terrain manipulation. You're not just placing buildings, you're reshaping the world itself. Paint lush, grassy, and forest areas, or remove vegetation to make room for roads and buildings. Smooth out land to facilitate farming, create moats around your castle for defense, raise hills to place archer towers on, build valleys to ward off intruders, and flatten areas to optimize your layout. It's city building meets landscape architect simulator. The survival and management side is deep. You'll forage and farm for food to keep villagers alive, manage their needs, harvest resources, hunt wild beasts to feed your people, and navigate realistic full day and night cycles through changing seasons. You'll need to protect roads from outlaws and raiders, defend your lands, and project your kingdom's power. There's hardship, illness, and death. Families genuinely struggle to survive, making every decision feel weighty. Then there are the dungeons. Discover ancient ruins and temples scattered across the land and face the monsters within. We're talking big worm creatures, nasty demons, and dragons, all in methodical, slow-paced, Souls-like combat that tests your timing and skill. Explore every room, defeat dungeon bosses, and reap rewards that directly impact your kingdom. The loot you find and the bosses you defeat unlock unique resources and tech upgrades that you can't get anywhere else. It's not just about combat for combat's sake. Every dungeon run has a purpose. You can also attract legendary heroes to join your cause, customize your party, and choose different adventuring playstyles. Combat happens in third-person action RPG style, giving you that hands-on connection to battles rather than watching from above. The art style has that angular, low-poly charm similar to Valheim, emerald plains stretching into the distance, vibrant fantasy environments, and a gorgeous aesthetic that ties the whole experience together. PC Gamer called it two great tastes to see if they taste great together. A medieval kingdom sim mashed up with Souls-like dungeon delving. The game already includes most core features like modular base building, party customization, trading, village management, day and night cycles, survival mechanics, and sandbox mode. Early access is planned for about a year and a half, with the full version promising a story mode campaign, playable races, co-op multiplayer, modding support, and more. For base builders who've always wanted their settlement sim to have a meaningful combat loop, or dungeon crawlers who want to see their loot actually build something tangible, Dungeons & Kingdoms might be the perfect marriage you've been waiting for. From solo kingdom adventures to massive social sandboxes. If Dungeons & Kingdoms had you building a settlement with your own hands, Pax Dei takes it to the next level. A fully player-driven medieval fantasy MMO where thousands of players build, craft, and shape an entire persistent world together. This is a social sandbox MMO inspired by the legends of medieval Europe, where myths are real, ghosts exist, and magic is unquestioned. The game spans around 300 square kilometers across 5 provinces with 40 unique home valleys for players to settle. Everything, and we mean everything, in the game is made by players. There are no NPC vendors, no pre-built cities, no quest hubs handing out gear. If you see it, a player crafted it. The building system is where Pax Dei truly shines. You can claim a plot of land and construct your home using hundreds of building pieces, creating everything from cozy cottages to massive fortresses. But here's the magic. You can combine plots with your clanmates to build entire villages, sprawling cities, or intimidating fortifications that reshape the landscape. The modular building system lets you design intricate structures, and you can even share your blueprints via Steam Workshop so other players can use your architectural genius. The world is divided between the relatively safe heartlands and the dangerous wilderness. In the heartlands, you'll find your home valley where you can build in peace, establish your crafting empire, and connect with the community. The wilderness is where things get spicy. Stronger enemies, rarer materials, contested resources, and eventually PvP conflict with rival clans over valuable territory. The crafting system is absurdly deep. We're talking hundreds of recipes across multiple disciplines: leatherworking, armor smithing, weaponsmithing, crafting, carpentry, tailoring, cooking, alchemy, and more. Here's the twist. Everyone can technically attempt to craft anything, but becoming a master crafter requires dedication and specialization. Your character builds actual skill through repeated crafting, meaning specialized craftsmen become invaluable to their clans and servers. The grind is real, but so is the economic power you wield when you're the go-to armor smith on your server. The player-driven economy is the heartbeat of Pax Dei. You can set up market stalls on your plot to showcase goods, crafted items, or rare resources. Trade with other players using gold you've earned from adventures. Every playstyle matters here. The gatherer who spends hours collecting rare materials, the crafter perfecting their recipes, the warrior who brings back loot from dungeons, the trader who connects supply and demand. All roles interconnect and complement each other. Combat and adventure balance the building. Explore mysterious ruins and hidden dungeons filled with treasures and challenges. Face everything from basilisks to demons in third-person combat. The further you venture from home, the stranger and more dangerous the world becomes. The glory and loot you bring back enriches your entire clan and unlocks advanced crafting materials you can't get anywhere else. The game features a Discord-powered chat system that keeps conversations going even outside the game. Want to check what your Pax Dei friends are up to? Just open Discord. You can also perform miracles by spending grace, granting powerful abilities and bonuses that aid your adventures or crafting. Built on Unreal Engine 5, the game is gorgeous. Light streams through forest canopies realistically, dungeons are suitably atmospheric, and the medieval fantasy world genuinely invites exploration. The developers are from studios like CCP Games, EVE Online, Blizzard, and Ubisoft, bringing serious MMO pedigree to the project. Now for the elephant in the room. Pax Dei uses an optional subscription model for premium membership. The base game gives you permanent access to all gameplay systems, all areas, dungeons, PvE, PvP, crafting, and building. You can join clans and use their plots, buy gear from other players, and experience the full game. Premium membership grants you plot tokens to claim and maintain your own land, plus XP boosts and bonus grace. It sparked controversy, but the developers argue it creates investment and prevents abandoned ghost towns that plague many sandbox MMOs. Pax Dei is built for players who love long-term projects and shared goals, gathering, crafting, and construction that pay off at village scale, with real stakes when you venture into dangerous territory. It's EVE Online meets Minecraft in a medieval fantasy wrapper, and if that sounds like your dream game, you owe it to yourself to check it out. And there you have it, 10 upcoming base building games that promise to scratch that construction itch in completely different ways. From underwater civilizations to flying castles, from train-mounted factories to planet-sized worlds, each one brings something unique to the table. The future of base building is looking absolutely incredible, and we can't wait to see what you'll create in these worlds.